Eric Stubbs is trying to stump us. He said, I thought that I had read that one of the reasons for great kilts coming on the scene was to avoid a garment tax, since there was no sewing involved with making a great kilt. But I couldn't find anything online to confirm this. Is there anything true about this story?
No.
I've never heard that.
No.
I've never heard that at all.
The great kilts essentially preceded tailored kilts, so I wouldn't think that would be true. The only thing that is similar-esque, what that I know is true, and I'll kind of go off on some anti-government rants here for a second, so I apologize in advance.
Right.
When kilts, like 40 years ago-ish, were being exported from Scotland and imported by Americans, or sent to America, one of the customs duties, one of the things you had to declare was, does your garment have any decorative edges, any frilly bits, any fringe? And those garments were taxed at a higher rate by customs. So one thing that kilt makers did in the UK was the fringe on the edge of the front apron. They would actually leave that fringe, or they wouldn't fringe it. They would just cut the fabric right there, and you, as the recipient, would actually pull those threads out. So that would avoid the necessity for the garment to be taxed at the frilly, embellished rate.
Right.
Another weird thing like that, here I am on my anti-government soapbox. One of the things that drives me nuts is upholstery fabric is taxed at a lower rate than garment fabric. So if I were to buy fabric from one of the mills in the UK and say like, hey, this is for upholstery, it's I forget the actual rates. I used to know them. It's like 7.5% versus 12.5%. So it's the same freaking cloth, but it's taxed at different rates depending on what it is going to, the intended purpose of the cloth. So maybe he's conflating something,
I don't know,
one of those with that, but I've never heard great kilts
I've
being
never heard that before. It's kind of like
untaxed.
I'm trying to imagine some tax collector going up into the Highlands at all, but going up there is like, you're wearing a shirt. Give me money. It's like, no, it feels like one of those. It feels like an urban legend designed to boost the underdog, which we have a lot of, and they are there for a reason. It's fine. Some of them are fun, but it feels like somebody invented because there's like another way of saying those damn English. It's like, it's also because I think sometimes it's hard for we in our modern minds to imagine the circumstances that would lead somebody to do something that seems low tech. It's like we don't respond to all the things that would require you to adapt back in the day. It's hard to transpose your brain back to those times. It's like, why? Well, they had pants up until then. Why did they start wearing this garment? There must have been a reason they couldn't wear pants. Well, no, there was a reason they decided pants were not the best option for certain circumstances. It's not. There's not necessarily an overriding dramatic reason. That's usually very simple, pragmatic reasons.
Kiss.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, no, haven't heard of that. Don't think there's anything to it. It's not a thing. Don't make it a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing.
Yep.
So what are some of the myths or murky origin stories that you've heard about kilts and Gallic and Celtic culture? Let us know in the comments what your favorite one is, and let us know if you think it's true or not. If you want to see some history videos that we've done, check out these playlists over here. And if you want to be part of our community, go over to our Facebook group, Kilts and Culture, and introduce yourself.